Julia Holter's Something in the Room She Moves. This 2024 album, 2024 release, was written and partially inspired by two major events that happened in Julia Holter's life. In 2020, of course, there was COVID lockdown, which also coincided with the birth of her first daughter. And so, due to the pressures of parenthood and sleepless nights and exhaustion, she had to change a little bit her usual way of inspiring herself. Usually, she reads books and novels to inspiration for her music, but then had to shift to things that were a little bit more immediate. For example, one of the inspirations for some of the tracks in this album was watching the movie Ponyo while listening to Indian flute music. The result of this kind of juxtaposition of the very bright, almost childlike nature of the visuals and the intellectualism of the Indian flute, I think you can see how that plays out in the kind of avant pop that she's created on this album. It shimmers in the interaction between space, the perception of space, and these little instrumental flourishes, recalling some of the late work of Talk Talk and the way that they really explored their interaction between stillness and activity. The music is meditative and sonorous, but also has a playful nature that is, I think, pretty clearly inspired by the presence of a young child in her life. But Julia Holter's also had an explicit interest in the sounds of the body and the idea that maybe, this is what her child might have heard inside of her, like music almost from within the amniotic sac. I think is a pretty provocative idea and is an interesting way to view the impressionistic layering of Something in the Room She Moves.